your boy DieType, bringing you guys yet another video. This time around with the Lucilius Raid releasing last week, I am now ready to give you guys the best tips to tackle him if you just haven't done so yet. And if you already defeated Lucilius, drop down your tips that I didn't add in this video to help out new players alike. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. This very first tip isn't directed towards just Lucilius, but this is something people just don't do at all, which is pretty surprising for endgame players. When you get down in Granblue Fantasy Relink, you are put in a state to where your allies can revive you. However, you are able to get up faster by yourself. All you gotta do is move your stick / hit buttons to come back faster, because not all the time will your allies be able to revive you instantly during in tough raid encounters. I've actually lost runs because there'll be someone just staying on the ground, not trying to get back up at all, and it just ruins it for everyone. If you're in proud difficulty, there's nothing wrong with getting down, but there is a problem when you aren't even doing things that can help alleviate the stress on your other team members. The second tip is for whenever Lucilius does Paradise Lost. It seems very overloaded the very first time you experience this, but at the edges of the arena, there will be flashes of white light, and that dictates where the beams will fly across the arena. All you have to do is basically just avoid standing on where the light just went across. The pattern is the same for every run, so once you get comfortable, all you gotta do is remember the pattern and you'll be okay to avoid the explosions. Or if you're still very new and struggling with identifying where the white flashes will be, you can always bring a vein bubble. Catalina has a team-wide invulnerability skill. Your Doha has mirror edge that will help your team with survivability. Just whatever skill / ways you gotta do to survive, do it here. This next tip I'm going to tell you guys was the very last thing I was able to figure out in the Lucilius Raid. So other than the basic swings Lucilius has two important patterns you have to watch out for. The more dangerous moves that are telegraphed so that players can react to it accordingly. Whenever Lucilius pushes you away from him and his blade starts spinning, that means you have to get either super close to him to continue to do PS, or you just have to run away from him completely, because he'll do an overarching swing around his general area and it has a lot of range, and you do not want to get caught in it because it will one-shot you if you don't have the right HP or defense sigils for it. The next move is that Lucilius will flash red, signaling to you, the player, that you have to get away from Lucilius, because you'll be doing a follow-up of 2 attacks, 2 close range swings. The next move is that Lucilius will flash red, signaling to the player that you have to get away from Lucilius, because you'll be doing a follow-up of 2 close range slashes. You can't just sit and block, because those 2 attacks do high damage and it will break your guard. However, the best thing to do is to either perfect dodge or just simply move away from Lucilius until he's done. Throughout the encounter, he does spawn these purple mines. You just have to watch out for it because they do a lot of damage, and he is constantly pushing you towards him / away from it, and you may end up in the mines because of that. If you are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have no idea how much this helps me / other content creators to keep doing what they do. Now back to the video. Honestly, the best tip in the video, I saved it for the people who are watching all the way through. If you made it this far into the video, comment down below salvation so I know that you are a real one. The best tip is to bring defensive sigils until you feel more comfortable, of course. Think of them as training wheels. My favorite quote is that you can't do damage while you're dead. Bring your potion holder, bring your guts, bring your auto revive, bring improved dodge, flight or fight. I know you Lancelot players love that sigil. Also bring untouchable if need be. Anything that will help you survive to preserve the critical bar. This is even more important if you are new to the raid. It will lower your damage, but that doesn't matter if you clear it instead of failing because everyone is getting down. The next tip is that Lucilius will go into a state called Paradise Lost. Thunderfawn and Vern tell the players to launch Skybound Arts. You need to land all 4. You only need 4 for the very first time he does it in the encounter. It's important because that triggers the overburst of Sandy. You get a cool cutscene and everything, and that helps stun Lucilius. This is important because if your team does not have enough stun power, it is 100% the best idea just to save Skybound Arts for whenever he does Paradise Lost. Because if you fail to stun him, then he does the beginning mechanic, which is just Paradise Lost, making you dodge the bullet hell all over again. The next tip is for Final Rebellion, is another mechanic which is pretty easy once you understand what's going on. It's pretty similar to Paradise Lost, being a more dodge-centric encounter. Every player will have a constant strike and slow field right under them that will explode after a delay. So it's best for players to spread out so you don't mess with each other and slow each other down. There will be orbs falling, and once they land, they will send out waves of fire. Each player also have a laser dedicated to them that will follow them. Use this laser to abuse iframes with perfect dodge. This is the easiest way to survive this encounter. If you don't panic, there will be another big sphere that spawns in the direct middle and spits out another arena-sized wave. You can perfect dodge it or invoke through certain skills. The next tip is for the Gopher arc, which happens during the end of his health bar, which is basically just the wolf boss. He just zips across the arena and you just have to dodge. It's not too bad because there are pretty clear indicators, so as long as you don't panic and just worry about dodging, you'll be okay. Once you get Lucilius to 10% HP, he teleports to the middle of the arena and then starts his white mechanic called the End. All his swords and explosions are just trying to kill you, and of course, it being a white mechanic, it's your job to unload all of your damage into him. If you were able to do Link Time before this, save your invo skills for the end because he just keeps throwing attacks at you, and if you are able to DPS him safely, you are in good hands. Don't even be afraid to throw out Skybound Arts. Use everything and good luck getting tier drops because it's not guaranteed. That being said, I hope you guys enjoy these master tips for Lucilius. It's your boy Daitai signing out. Deuces!